Hi guys, welcome to Techno News, episode 12. Sorry there was a bit of a delay last week. I've got a lot going on at home and struggle to find enough information to pull together a decent episode, to be fair. Hopefully we've got enough to go this time. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Remember to like, sub and hit the bell. Get alerts for any more content coming up. Lots of shorts, more episodes like this. I will be doing more reaction videos, and also remember to follow my twitch.tv/technofishlive for my live streams on the night from around 10 o'clock UK time. Thank you very much. Right, so firstly, I might have touched upon this in the past. Glimish has closed its doors, unfortunately. It was a streaming site along the lines of Twitch, YouTube and things like that. It was community driven and community based. Basically, it was run by one guy and a pool of volunteers who helped him out. It's ran its course. Unfortunately, it wasn't garnering enough traffic as such. So unfortunately, they've had to pull the plug, and it's finally closed its doors. It is leaving the site open a little bit if anybody wants to get their information from that. And I wish Clone and Co all the best for whatever projects they have upcoming. And thank you very much for all you've done for us over the years. I enjoyed my time on there, to be fair. I did have a few issues with certain members of the community. Surprisingly, not the ones most people seem to have an issue with, to be honest. But yeah, those guys were fine for me. It was other members that sort of put us off a bit, and unfortunately I did move away from the platform towards the end. Bit disappointing on my behalf, to be fair, because I did like it there. I enjoyed just talking to some of the people on there. So yeah, it's all a bit of a strange situation, to be honest. So it's a bit sad, but it's run its course now. Next, similarly sad, I think I may have mentioned this one prior as well, is the Cycle Frontier. It's due to close down at the end of the month. It was a really good game, to be fair. To me personally, it did a lot of stuff that I was looking for at the time. It was basically a looter shooter. You dropped onto a planet, you had to find resources, fight monsters. There were other players on the planet at the same time as you, and if you were lucky you got to talk to them and work together, but most of the time it just ended up in a gunfight. Yeah, it was a really good game and had a lot going for it, but it unfortunately in the early stages it got overrun by cheaters, and that drove a lot of the community away. They did their best to try and resolve that and introduce new content and stuff, but it was very minimal what they put in it, really, which is a bit sad. The official word as to why it's closing down is due to tech debt. So basically that, not being able to keep on top of the issues such as the cheating and not putting out enough content to fill the chapters, and basically lack of player-based buy-in into the passes and the skins and stuff, unfortunately. So that's also run its course and will no longer be continuing after the end of this month. It's sad, really. There was a lot of speculation as to similar to Glimish, to be fair. The devs not getting on with certain members of the community and causing a rift, and the community driving away potential user base and stuff. But the word they've put out is the tech debt, which I can imagine because it didn't look like it had the player base to pull in the funds it would need to keep it running, to be fair, to the level it was. It was a really good game, but it's all a bit of a shame. Another game that seemed to be lacking, but they're trying to rectify now, is Blood Bowl 3. They've introduced the first season eventually. It's gone live, including the Lizardmen team. They've given it free to everybody who own the game already, just as an apology. I'm not sure what else is in there. I mean, I know they've introduced the ladder matches and things, but there's still not really any real sort of competition, set up tournaments and things like that, like they used to be in the second one. There's a lot of people hoping that'll come, but we'll find out down the line. But I'm looking forward to getting back into that. I'm going to give it a few games and see how we get on with that. I didn't mind Blood Bowl. It's a good game, to be fair. So I will need to give that another look and find out what's going on with that. Next up is a game that's sort of pissing me off more and more as the days go by, basically. Valorant. They introduced the new agent, Deadlock, which is a sentinel character. Not the kind I would normally use, but she seems quite handy, to be fair. I probably will give her more of a go. As you can see, her ability, she's got sound sensors, the mesh net, which makes people crawl and walk crawling, basically. The wall that can block movement but not gunfire. She's quite clever. She can be quite difficult to fight, and her role seems a bit OP at the minute, according to lots of people. But yeah, I think she's quite fun and could be worth a look. Alongside the new character, there was also the new bundle launch, which was the Neo Frontier, basically cowboys and western type style sheriff, like an old Colt Marshall. There's an Odin for some reason. But I do like this modelling of the old style, to be fair, but once they get upgraded, they are pretty cool. The finishing moves and things like that are pretty impressive, to be honest. Sort of triggers like an old cowboy style saloon door going through with a wanted poster above it of the character you just killed. Yeah, it does look quite cool, but I'll probably have to give that a miss. And that leads us to some games that are sort of really popular at the minute. A lot of the streamers, bigger streamers, have been jumping on a game called Only Up. It's basically just a platformer type where you have to literally go only up and get as high as you can and try and beat the game by reaching the very top. There's lots of obstacles in the way you can jump on and spring from, and there's shortcuts and lifts and things like that if you can find them. A lot of the big streamers are trying to do speed runs and find the quickest ways of getting up to the top to complete the game. It does look fun, to be fair. I think it's a budget title as well. I think it's only about 15 quid or so, but it's been quite entertaining watching the likes of Doc and Tim and Nick Merckx and all them trying to beat each other's times and trying to get ahead of each other and things. So yeah, it's been really popular on the Steam charts, I believe. And another game that's been really popular is Diablo 4. Not one for me, to be honest. I've never really got into any of the Diablos. I can see the draw. It's basically just ranking up and ranking up and ranking up you get, yeah. But there's a new season pass due to launch in the next couple of days on that with some more DLC, so no doubt it'll have another spate of popularity. I think it's just been dying down a little bit with people completing it. A lot of them are trying to slog through the end game stuff, but this will bring a few more of them back, I would have thought. The new DLC for that. And alongside Diablo, there's also been the launch of Final Fantasy 16, which again is not a game I'd be interested in personally, but they reckon it's really good. They've changed the combat style. A lot of people seem to think the combat's more in line with the likes of Devil May Cry and stuff. Instead of the old turn-based combat, it's actual real combat. It's such real. So it could be interesting. A lot of people are saying the story's as good as it's always been and things like that, but it's just personal preference, really. I've never really been interested in them, but I can see why a lot of people are, and it's been riding high in the charts this week. Which brings us to sort of other news. There's been a lot, obviously the world's gone to shit, basically, but there's been a lot of hoo-ha lately. The Dutch government are yet again trying to ban loot boxes. At present they're not illegal, but they're looking at changing the law to make them so they can get more regulations behind them and try and sort of put gambling laws behind them and stuff to stop kids spending silly amounts of money on FIFA and stuff like that. A lot more games are getting into that, to be fair. A lot of the games I play are starting that, the likes of Farlight and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, how they will govern them. I'm not entirely sure, but it could be interesting to find out. And the French politicians are once again blaming video games, alongside, I should say, TikTok and Snapchat and things like that, as one of the motivations behind the Paris riots, saying they're trying to sort of share the videos and stuff and do daft things that they've done in games and whatever. It's all a bunch of shit. Christ, it's not like, I don't say the whole video games should get the blame for this sort of stuff, to be honest. I've played games all my life and I don't again around throwing people out of cars and I don't know, it's all bullshit. Speaking of bullshit, word spreading, trying to add pressure to Elon Musk Mark Zuckerberg boxing match MMA style fight. What is the world coming to? Yeah, there's a lot of pressure trying to get them involved in some sort of fight. Apparently one said he's interested, the other hasn't, or something, I don't know. But this is sort of circulating around the same time where this week we had the introduction of the Threads app, which is basically a new app from Meta, Facebook, which is basically a Twitter clone. Musk's looking at trying to get it closed down because of that. Again, it's all just bullshit, isn't it? I did have a very quick look at it, and it does just seem like Twitter, but without all the ads and all the bullshit that's going on in there at the minute. Whether the initial rush of people changing sticks or not, I don't know, but I'm sure we'll find out over the coming months what the user bases are on them. It's all a bit of an odd one. There was also rumours Elon Musk was looking to buy Riot Games. That should be fun for the likes of Valorant and stuff if he gets his claws into that. See what the hell he does with that company. I'm sure they won't last much longer than that if he does. And another rumour is Ubisoft trying to remake, or they're looking to remake Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which was Assassin's Creed 4, I believe, the pirate one where you went off on the ships. It's a bit of a strange one because they're supposed to be making a pirate game as it is, Skull and Bones, but there's been no word on that for a long time. So whether it's still in production or not, or they're going to do this instead and maybe add to it, I don't know. We'll find out down the line when all that comes to fruition. And that's pretty much all the news I have at the minute. I hope you find this interesting. If you do, please let me know in the comments below. I was looking at my stats and my shorts seem to be doing the majority of the work for me on YouTube. If you wouldn't mind giving it a like, dropping me a sub if you haven't already done so, and leave a few comments just with feedback. Any feedback is good feedback, so I can see where I can improve and try and get some more viewer base on my actual videos as opposed to my shorts. It would be very much appreciated. And in the meantime, I'll hopefully be back next week if there's enough news to keep us going. As I said, I have got a lot going on at home. I'm sort of in the process of looking to move house again. Hopefully this time it'll be a proper settled job instead of just bouncing. So I'll keep you informed on that. But follow my Twitter, follow my TikTok and my Twitch, all at Technofish Live. And you'll get more information and my live streams, mainly on a night from around 10 o'clock UK time. I am still trying to stick with them as best I can despite what's going on. I did miss last night due to ongoing issues, but I'll be back tonight as normal. In the meantime, thank you all for watching. I do very much appreciate it, and I shall catch you in the next one. Have a good one. Goodbye.